Today I'm going to show you how I made this set of 3 wood Christmas ornaments. A heart, a star, and a Christmas tree. It's going to be fun, so stick around. My name is James, and this is Homestyle Woodcrafts.
Homestyle Woodcrafts.
Wait, do you hear that? What is that? Where's that coming from?
Homestyle Woodcrafts.
The first thing to do, which I refer to as step 1, is to pick your template for cutting out your ornaments. Now you can draw these, you can find some clip art, you can look on the internet, whatever. Here are the ones I've chosen. A star, a Christmas tree, and a heart. The next thing to do, step 2, is to select and prepare your wood. My pattern is going to fit on this 1x4. Very convenient, well, I planned it that way, for ease of making the ornaments. So I picked this 1x4, it's got a nice grain on it. I'm going to sand it. I'm going to sand it with 80 grit, then 120 grit, and then 220 grit to make it really smooth. Now, I don't always do that. That's what I'm doing this time. And as always, be safe. Protect those eyes, ears, lungs, and fingers. I like my fingers way more than I like any of my projects. I'm done with the sanding, and it's got, just got a really smooth, nice finish to it now. One thing you'll notice about this board is it's got some knots. It's also got some imperfection on the edge. I don't worry about that edge piece because that's going to get cut off. And I don't worry about the knots because I think that adds character to the piece and sort of gives it a very unique, one-of-a-kind piece feel to it. After I was done sanding, I took a rag and brushed the sawdust off as much as I could. Now it's time to affix the pattern onto the wood in preparation for cutting it out with a scroll saw. Now there's many ways you can do this. You could cut these out and directly trace it onto the wood. You could freehand it onto the wood. Some people glue it directly onto the wood. What I like to do is apply a layer of this contact paper and then spray adhesive onto that and then stick the pattern on top of that. And that allows me to easily remove the remains of the pattern when I'm done cutting. But use whatever works for you. And I put it on crooked. Now I'll trim this up. It looks like I missed a corner. I'll trim this up with an X-Acto knife. Now it's time to spray the adhesive onto the contact plastic stuff. That's all there is to it. Now let's stick the pattern on. Okay, and now it's ready to cut out. Now comes one of my favorite parts. We get to peel the pattern off like this, and you can see how easy it comes off. The next step is to do some sanding. There's some little goofs I want to sand off, and I like to round off the edges just a little bit. So I'm going to do that, and I'll show you how that looks. And here they are, sanded up. So I sanded some of the little blemishes off the edges, and then I just knocked that edge off along here. Like that. I think you can see that. The next step is to drill holes in them for the string that will be used to hook them onto the tree. Just in case it's hard to see when I film the drilling, I wanted to explain some of the detail. So first of all, I have marked where I want to drill. Second, I want a straight hole through the ornament, and so I'm going to use this drill guide. If you want to learn more about this drill guide, I'll put a link up here. I also want to make sure there's not a lot of tear out on the back side of the ornament where things get all splintery, you know. And so I'm going to put some of this masking tape on the back side, and I'm also going to have this little scrap as a backing board when I drill through. And those two things will help keep the hole pretty clean. So let's get to it. Oh, and one more thing. You can use whatever kind of string or ribbon or whatever you want to hang the ornaments on the tree. I'm going to be using this string right here. I think it adds to the rustic look of the ornament. And I wanted to drill a hole that would allow me to push the string easily through. So I'm using a 13/64 inch drill bit. Say that fast. And here they are, all done. If you enjoy these kinds of projects, check out this video up here. It's about how to make a Christmas manger, and it's just the right size to fit under your Christmas tree. So Merry Christmas from me and Nancy to you and your family.